There's nothing better than seeing a horror movie in cinemas. Nothing. Ain't nothing. Think of a thing that's good. Is it better? No. Nothing's better than it. Even though this isn't really a horror movie. It's more of a thriller, but hey, what, tomato to whatever. Who cares? It's horror adjacent, okay? So yeah, I was pretty excited to see this movie, Escape Room 2, the weirdly named Tournament of Champions. And it's called that because this is, of course, a return for the characters to the deadly escape rooms that they traversed through in the first film. But this time they've got a new kind of bunch, a new group of people with the two main characters in Zoe and Ben, who are the main characters from the first one. And everyone that they've joined up with, this new group, are also all winners of a previous game, and so that's why it's called Tournament of Champions, because they're all champions of the escape room game. And there's even a line where a character pretty much says, "What are we? Some kind of Tournament of Champions?" Anyway, so Escape Room 2 is basically the same thing as the first one. Like, it's more of the same. It is, for me, something that I kind of just had a hell of a fun time with. I enjoyed this. Like, it's super cheesy in some ways, and like, there are gonna be people who will not enjoy this. Like, there's gonna be people who are gonna call this a Saw ripoff, who are just gonna say that it's just dumb or whatever. But I don't know, when I'm in there watching these characters go through these escape rooms, figuring out all the clues and shit, I'm hooked. I'm in. I'm like, damn, they gotta like do this real quick, like that. I'm going insane a little bit. But that is something that I definitely have to comment on when it comes to this movie, and that is that this is very short, for one. It's very short, and it's very fast-paced. Basically, it literally is like escape room after another. Every single one leads into the next. And there is really no time to breathe, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it keeps that intensity up and it's kind of fun. You know, it doesn't really slow down for any of it. But I will say, in terms of criticizing the kind of clues and stuff when it comes to the escape room, and because of how fast-paced it was, it's like, when you're watching it, you can't keep up. There's no way to really know what... Like, they get a clue, and then before you've even comprehended the clue, they've figured out the next step anyway. So it's like, you're kind of just watching these supremely, impossibly intelligent people figure these things out, which, I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb. Very strong possibility, but I wouldn't be figuring this shit out. Not at least not this quick anyway. But hey, it's a movie and all that stuff. It's fictionalized. They got to speed it up a little bit, I suppose. You know, we can't watch them being in each escape room for an entire hour like usual in real life escape rooms are. So that's what we get. It's a dramatized version of it. And obviously, it's a much more deadly version of escape rooms as well. And so that's definitely fun. I like the settings, the escape rooms themselves in this movie. You know, they're fun, they're creative, they do a good job with all that stuff. This clearly has a pretty high, mid to high budget, something like that. And in comparison to the Saw films, because people are going to make that comparison, of course, yeah, this is a nice looking film. Like, the cinematography and everything, it's pretty. It's a nice looking film, okay? But it is definitely not the height of cinema, okay? Like I said, it is cheesy. It's a little bit like that. It's a little bit dumb in some ways, okay? Like, some of the things that they figure out are very big leaps. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not so sure you would have figured that out like that, but whatever. Another thing that I got to comment on is this being kind of the start of a franchise, I suppose. Now there's two of them. They're really trying to set up a kind of like an evil corporation who we're supposed to be like, oh, I hope the main characters take down this evil corporation. Oh, God damn it. Apparently the evil corporation is called Minos, the Minos Corporation, or Minos. I don't remember how they pronounced it, but it's spelled M-I-N-O-S when I looked it up. And I gotta say that I give absolutely no shits about this evil corporation from the first film and leading into the second film. I do not care. There is not a face for the evil corporation, for one, so it's hard to really, like, you know, hate them, but they're just so mysterious and perfect, and they just like, they know every step before the characters do and everything, and it's like, yeah, okay, you're an evil corporation, congratulations. Like, I love watching the escape rooms themselves, but I don't care about kind of who is behind it. That just doesn't interest me personally. But yeah, pretty much all in all, like, I had fun with this. I don't think it's gonna be for everyone. People that don't like movies like Saw are probably not gonna like it. Though, that being said, when it comes to the Saw comparison, yet again, this is a very much like a tame version of that. It's not violent, like if you're worried about that kind of thing. It's rated M here, it's PG-13 in America. And with that being said, yeah, they do kill off all these characters, characters throughout the escape rooms and everything, and it's kind of fun, and you see the different ways that, you know, the people fortunately die. But like, yeah, it's not super bloody or anything like that. Like, pretty much like the first. If you've seen the first, this is more the same. It's probably slightly a downgrade, like it's just a little bit worse maybe in some ways, just because it's not as intriguing. You're not exactly, like, you know more about why they're there and all that kind of stuff, and that the answer to that is just that it's an evil corporation and who cares anyway. But I do like the return of the main characters from the first one. I kind of enjoy seeing them go through all of these again, and I don't know, I was hooked for the story and stuff. I like them. I care about some of the stuff. It's a good movie. It's good if you like this kind of shit. If you don't, I can understand why you wouldn't. It's not going to be for everyone, like I said. But I don't know. Just blame it on my bad taste or whatever. I had fun with it, but yeah, it's not a masterpiece, okay? Keep that in mind. And that's basically all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and see you next time and stuff. And do the things, right? The things that all the YouTubers say. Do them. Thanks.